So anyways, you know, I rattle through this stuff and I do it and I try to show what I'm doing. But if you have any questions as I'm going, leave a comment below. Say, hey, Don, how'd you do that? Or you skipped that part. Or what about this? Glad to help. Just leave a comment. I check this stuff all the time. Okay, our console's starting to come together. You know what? We've made a decision. We're going to keep it. I've patched all the holes in the control panel, if you will. The electronics I'm going to go with, I'm going with Simrad, and electronics I'm going to go with 12 inch is going to fit in these holes. So I'll just patch all this back up so I can put fresh cutouts for whatever I do. That's going to work great. Speaker holes have been done on each side. You can see I ran a 1708. I don't know if that shows or not. Inside there, I'll do the same thing on the other side before it's done. And then look in there. Yep. We're cutting up that old motor box from the I/O and using it here or there because we have cut the front off this console. This was worthless as a cooler seat because it was not insulated, and you know, I really don't want to live well up there, and that's a long way to plumb everything. So we've taken a piece off the motor well box, we've glassed that in, and now I've got this. I cut it a little bit long so I can come back and shape all this all the way down, and then of course it'll all be good glass just like the seam here and ferret in. All right, we're just going to get after it here. I'm starting to see this thing come together. I'm getting a little excited. The best way I know to cut off fiberglass like this, you know, saw blade for doing different things, yes, but a cutoff wheel on your grinder just makes nice work. It'll be able to come in flush on the right along the edge there, so when I come back and shape it with the sander, that'll be all good. I just got to put on a dust mask and my safety glasses. I'm getting right to work. That's a good start. I'm gonna round that all off with the sander. Don't get greedy with the cutoff wheel. Just take it off in pieces. Take off a little bit at a time. Get it to where you need to, and then grind the rest of it off. You know, sand it off. You don't want to go too far. Then you got a whole bunch of glass work to do again. Let's get the other side. Okay, now we're gonna get it closer with the grinder, 5-inch grinder. When we get close, then we're gonna stop. Then it goes to hand sanding. That's a lot of fun. So don't let anybody tell you that you don't need an air compressor when you're doing this kind of work. I go over there all the time, blow myself off, get all this dust off. Yikes. This is where I glassed a piece of 1708 across the seam yesterday. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this off a couple inches. Because it's a corner, I'll probably go with 6-inch. I got 6-inch, they call it tape, 1708 and roll, 6 inches wide. So I'll probably come 3 inches down past on each side. And I'll get the big grinder and I'm going to cut right into that. You know, I don't care how rough it is. I want it rough. I want the stuff to adhere good. Cut right into that through the gel coat. So we'll be into the fiberglass, and we're going to do those two corners. When that sets up, we'll figure all that out, and we're on our way. All right, let me get the big grinder out. you haven't been with me for the last hour, I've been getting my final shape on all this, and I'm pleased. Pleased. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down now with the lacquer thinner, and we're going to cut our 1708. It's going to come up past here all the way toward my meat where I came across and around the corners, and we're going to lay all that up. I'm going to make a little makeshift table up on top here. I'll take a little piece of my cardboard and put some visqueen on top of it so I can wet my glass out and then just set it there. We'll tape off a little bit so it don't run down. Whew, yeah, I'm having fun. Okay, let's get some 1708, some epoxy ready to go. Okay, ready, here we go. I'm still using 2-to-1 epoxy. All this stuff that I'm building back structural, I like to use epoxy. You know, I could have used polyester resin. If I did, I'd use a better resin, not an economy resin. Vinyl ester, yeah, vinyl ester works great. It's got better bonding aspects than resin. But for coming back and shaping it right afterwards, no, because then you got to add some wax to it or cover it with gel coat first. It doesn't like to be sanded, you know, in large areas especially. Epoxy, I know, once I set this up, I'm using fast today because this is a small job and I want to be able to flip this over and keep doing some more work. I have slow, medium, and fast. You know, slow, it takes a long time. If you're building a wood boat and you got to cover the whole bottom of it with some 6mm, 9mm cloth or something, yeah, I get it. You don't want it setting up on you. I'm doing this job. I want it set up. I don't want to have to wait till tomorrow for this. So anyways, just a little cup here. I'm still using a chip brush. None of these jobs are big enough for me to pull out the roller. Rollers work good. They're easier, but I don't know. It's just a small job. All right, let's get to work here. Let's get to work. That looks just about right. I'm going to wet this out. I put some visqueen on this board right here. Don't forget we're using 1708. We got a woven side and the matte side. We're going to put the matte side to our product. So I'm just going to wet it out right here on this visqueen. Then I'll just wet that out and flop it right over. I guess I can take that out now. Stir, 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 stir it. So you think it's done, then stir it some more. I did a little video the other day where I put a little bit of color in there. I didn't need anything colored, but I put the color in there just so you could see how long it really takes for that to soak in and do its job when you're, you know, 2-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1, or whatever, resin with MEK. It's not a miracle. It just doesn't go in there. You know, you gotta wet it out. You gotta stir it, stir it, stir it, stir it some more. Make sure it gets everywhere it's supposed to. Fully mixed. A lot of times when I'm using resin with the MEK, I'll get the MEK with the red dye in it. Doesn't change anything other than I can see. Hey, look here, this is thoroughly mixed now. And then you can't make a mistake. Say, did I put it harder in there? Well, yeah, you can see it in there. It's red. Got a little hole there. I hope that ain't going inside somewhere. Let's see if that fills up. Okay. Let's flop this cloth over on here. We only got about 10-15 minutes with this stuff. There we go. There we go. Now before I get more resin there, you can see it starting to squish out behind there. Get your bubble roller out and work what you've got into them places. Because, you know, really you don't need a whole bunch of extra resin in there to strengthen the cloth. That's why a lot of these manufacturers do the vacuum seal these days. They know, okay, for this much cloth we need this much resin, and after they apply it all in there, they put that thing in the vacuum seal, and it'll draw that resin to every nook and cranny possible. And make for a lighter boat because you don't have a lot of extra resin in there you haven't used. See how nice all that is? I got no wet spots there now. That's all laid out beautiful. This is going to be nice. I'm going to be proud of this when I'm done. All right, let's check this out. Okay, that's a wrap. We got this one about done. In the time it took me to clean up. There we go. She's set. I told you, I think it's 12 to 18 minutes on this fast hardener. So it's a small job though, and I got other things to do, so I want this to set up. Out here where the cloth is, that's thinner, so if I was to touch it, my finger would still stick in there. It takes, an hour or more to set that up. But here in a couple, 2-3 hours, I'll pull the tape off, I'll stand this up, and I'll start on the face of the console where I want to close in for them gauges. A little at a time, we're getting it done. So anyways, I rattle through this stuff, and I do it, and I try to show what I'm doing. But if you have any questions as I'm going, leave a comment below. Say, hey, Don, how'd you do that? Or you skipped that part. Or what about this? I'm glad to help. Just leave a comment. I check this stuff all the time. Okay, hope some of this helps you in your own projects. Have a great day.